Hi, welcome back to my series of fundamentals, not necessarily the last series, cybersecurity fundamentals, but understanding different labs and different applications to best understand the scope of the Security Plus and its objectives, right? So what we're going to do now is do a bit of network address translation, or NAT for short, and different ways to configure those, right? So we understand that the NAT is a feature in Windows Server Routing and Remote Access. It's used to connect multiple computers, which we talked about in a previous video, I believe, and in a small private network, usually to the internet, using a single public IP address provided by an ISP. And what we're going to do is just, to get started, install and configure routing and remote access. So we're going to just start on a dashboard here for the server manager. Then we're going to add roles and features. We're going to hit next here. Role based is fine. Then it's going to hit next here. Then we're going to go to network policy and access services, add features. And it's going to be remote access that we're adding. Then we'll set this here. Then I'll hit next here, next, next. And then we'll make sure routing is here, and then add features. And we can see that the VPN and the web app proxy is also here as well. Just gonna hit next, leave everything else at the default. And then now we can perform an install, and you'll see that it's currently in progress for the remote access and the features that, well, for the adding the roles rather in the remote, included remote access and the features that come along with that. So just give it a few moments and the install should be done. It may take about nearly, probably between 5 and 10 minutes. So now that we see that the install has been completed, and it shows us for the progress bar as well as the configure, and it says install succeeded on this server also, right? So just going to close this out. Just going to click on the flag here and make this a bit bigger. Move myself out of the way, actually. Make this a bit bigger. And then open this up here, right? Getting started. I believe it should. Perfect. Yep. So it should configure the remote access. So then I can close the tab and making sure that that was complete. All right, perfect. So actually, to open this back up and go back to tools, how to get remote access. There it is. I'm blind today. All right, and then just going to configure and enable. There it is. Yeah, I really can't see unless everything is open. All right, and then we're going to launch the remote and routing access setup wizard. So let's see. Okay. Configuration here. Okay, for some reason it's not populating here for the custom configurations. All right, let's see what's going on here. All right, so I have it back up and running. Just did a quick restart. So now we're just going to configure the to enable the routing and remote access to set up the routing and remote access setup wizard. Right, so just going to click here. We want to do a custom configuration. And then we want to set up the NAT, of course, network address translation. I'm gonna hit finish. So I can finally set up the wizard. Okay, start service. All right. And this should just take a few moments. Okay. Perfect. All right, perfect. And then just gonna hit here to general. And then we're gonna right click. See, interface. And okay. We're gonna do the public interface. Enable. Bye. Okay. All right, perfect. Now we're able to move on to our next task, which is going to be installing the OpenSSH. So port forwarding or port mapping is the process of redirecting a communication request, right, for one IP address and port number to another while the data packets are passing through a router or firewall. So port mapping is one of the capabilities built into the network address translator feature in routing and remote access and the server for it. So I'm just going to set up the network address translation to configure port forwarding. And to start with that, I'm just going to install the SSHD server to this server. So let me minimize this as well. Oh, let's see. You shouldn't be accessing this, but I'll just do it anyway. Let's see, so just going to installation files, Cisco. It should be open. There we go. And then we want to see. Actually, let's see here. There it is. All right, perfect. And then we want to extract. All right, perfect. So now that everything is extracted, just going to right click here and then go to system and advanced system settings, environment variables. Okay, edit. Let's see. So, let's see. Should give me an option for new. So just gonna type in the new variable name. All right, then let's see. Actually, I don't think. Copy this here because I believe it should have been. It's Okay. Then just click on do. It should give me the option here. See, it might be something else I need to fix. Okay, all right. All right, perfect. So I got a bit confused for a second between the user variables and the system variables as far as where to go. So I did fix that. So just had it to go here. Then I did my edit and I added new. And then I added this here, the prompt that you see me enter in just a moment ago. And so now we're good to go there. So I can got the path for the system variable together. So I can click OK. And there are a number of files in this directory. So we'll be focusing on the PowerShell files for the installation. So that means that I need to open up PowerShell. So Windows, there we go. Love PowerShell. All right, so we're just gonna have a few commands here. So it's gonna be pretty lengthy. All right, then. That in all caps. Okay, then. Together. Actually, no, these separate, I believe. Then open. All right, let's see if it works. It did not. I believe I know why. There it is. All right, perfect. So now I'm just going to enter in another prompt here. Perfect, perfect. So this installs the OpenSSH into the server. And now I'm just going to enter in just a few more commands. So that's going to be not pretty much telling it exactly what I want. Perfecto. All right. So it's case sensitive, so I have to make sure I got it perfect. So just going to close all of this out here. Okay. Oh, a lot of stuff open. All right, perfect. Now just going to get to our services. All right. Actually, I need to X this out because I need to run it a bit differently. All right, perfect. So it's going to SSHD. There we go. Perfect. All right, and then we're going to open up properties, then the general, then we have the startup type to automatic, right? And then a log on tab, and then the local system accounts. Just want to select that, hit apply. Make sure this is good too. And then we're going to hit OK. I'll close that box. All right, and then I'm going to start. Then I'm going to close this box out. Now we're going to get into the firewall rules. It will need to be modified to allow for the connection of SSH to pass through. So just going to get to control panel. definitely not it. This firewall, advanced settings, and bow. Right. New rule. What do we want our new rule to be? Should we want to leave this for? See, actually, we're not leaving. We just want a particular port between TCP and UDP. All right, and then one then port 22. Then we want it to, let's see, click next because we want to allow it. Then we're going to uncheck private and public. We'll leave in the domain, right? And what we're going to name it, we're going to name it SSHD, leaving the description blank. And then I'm going to close this window here. Excuse me. Now I'm going to verify the SSH connectivity. All right, for this, I'll need to switch over to this device here. Just a second. All right, perfect. Okay. Actually, let's see. This probably should be here already. How was that? There we go. All right, perfect. So I was able to locate the application for PuTTY, and then just going to enter in this IP address here. Port 22. I want to make sure it's the connection type SSH that we're looking for. All right, just going to click open, and then of course, yes. All right, and then just going to perfecto, I am in. All right, so then going to do this one here. Okay, if I recognize it as a command, let's see what we did here. There we go. All right, perfect. So we'll see that it's connected to the internal interface on port 22, right? And it did take a little time for the result to show up after executing the command, but since it's showing active connections, I knew that it would eventually continue, right? So what we've demonstrated, a few things took a while for us to get here, but we demonstrated a few things. Configuring the network address translation firewall and configuring port forwarding. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video for this series. Bye-bye.